name's John Lawson. I forgot to get the clicker.
Oh, I have
No, I don't really care. I'm going to let y'all do, I'm going to give you guys a vote. All right? So I got these slides up here. It's, stuff I talk about all the time. It's pretty much, if I give you the slides, you get it. We can go through that, and we can go through the motions. Or I can go through what I've written down on this paper that I think is kind of relevant for you guys, and I'm just a little bit moved to maybe share a little bit with you. So it's up to you. How many of you want to go through the slides? Damn. I figured I knew I was one. But you'll get the slides, they got the slides. Right? Can you guys do me a favor real quick? Can you all stand up real fast? Everybody stand up. No, I'm not going to do Tony Robbins, man. I can't. Jump. So let me just ask you guys. How many of you want to be rich? Raise your hand. How many of you want to be rich? All right? There's levels to rich. You want me? Let me just tell y'all this story. Because you don't understand. There's levels to rich. You don't just get rich and just be there. There's levels to rich. So there's a story. And yeah, just keep standing for a second. It'll get that pizza off of us. So here's the deal. How many of you know Jay-Z? He's married to my favorite girl, Beyonce. I hate his ass. So you guys know the real rich Russian guy, not the one Donald Trump's working with. the rich Russian guy that tells, what's his name?
No, Abramov.
Right, Abramov, right? He called up Jay-Z and said, hey, I'm going to be in New York. I'd like to have a meeting with you. Jay-Z's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. He's like, so Jay-Z's talking to him, says, hey, how about we meet at the Park Hotel, right? What's the one on Central Park? What's that?
Plaza.
No, the other one. Yeah, who cares? One of those. But it's one of those.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, so I'll tell you what, I've got a private table over there. We can go over there, meet up, just when you come in, let the people know you're going to be at Jay-Z's table, boom, right? So Jay-Z gets to the hotel, walks into the restaurant, and is escorted to his private table. So he's sitting there and he's waiting for his, what's his name again? Abramov, right? So he's waiting for him. Dude's a billionaire, right? He's waiting for him, and two very beautiful young ladies walk up to his table. And he said, Mr. Abramov, or whatever his name is, I cannot say it. The Russian dude would like to meet with you now. Jay-Z's like, okay. He says, would you please come follow us? They walk back out the restaurant, and over to the right, there's a small hallway. Jay-Z's been in this restaurant every day. Has never, ever paid any attention to the hallway. They walk down the hallway, get on a private elevator, and they go up another level. There's always another level. There's always another level. Get that? All right, so anyway, if you only sell retail arbitrage, if you just do that right now, go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down. If you only do retail arbitrage, go ahead and sit down. Is that cool? If you have not optimized your keywords and written your own actual description for your item, go ahead and sit down. If you haven't done that yet. Okay? If you have never run a paid ad to one of your landing pages or one of your products, go ahead and sit down. If you've never run a paid ad. It's okay, don't worry, there's no penalty here. All right? Let me see. If you don't have any private label products that you actually, put your name on, go ahead and have a seat real quick. All right? Let's see. If you don't have any staff or employees, go ahead and have a seat. It's cool. It's cool. We're getting close. We're close. All right? If you don't have your own URL or website, go ahead and sit there. We lost a couple there. If you don't have your own Facebook page for your business, go ahead and sit down. If you don't have a Facebook page for your business, go ahead and have a squat.
How long is this?
It's almost done. If you've never created your own content around your product, actual content around the product itself, have a squat. Oh, okay, everybody. Good. We might be at the end. If you don't have your own landing page and sales funnel for a product, go ahead and sit down. We got one more left.
Wait. In the product sales funnel or a sales funnel?
Man, you make it up, shit. I got it. If you don't have a customer list, have a squat. Anybody? Okay. This is the last one. If you have never pre-sold an item and gotten the money before you ever ordered the item, have a squat.
Oh.
You're kind of flaky. Okay, first counts. Yeah, absolutely. So we got a couple people still standing, right? You gonna stand there? Right? Yeah, right? So we got 2 people, right? So here's the thing, guys. That's what I'm saying about it. There's always another level, isn't there? Because I put these in specific order as I was thinking about them, on what level you can be at to be optimizing your business. And that's what it's all about. Optimization. You can have a seat. Go ahead and give this man a hand. If you have not had one of his donuts,
if you're from Canada, you don't qualify.
There's great people in the room, so have one.
Are they chocolate?
There's 5 flavors, 2 boxes, one at the back, one at the front. John's had one. He can vouch for me. For every donut eaten, he gets a pay.
I can't resist.
Different 2 more.
So look, taste it.
I mean, I want to take the next level, John. We got Canadian chocolates that you cannot buy in the United States.
Look, that's where the break is right here.
That do not exist in America. Okay, we got popcorn flavors like jalapeno cheddar up here. If you haven't been in this part of the room, there's a whole table. If you type into the next level, it goes under the table. There's more stuff.
That's why he stayed standing. He looked at
I got free merchandise for people. I got visors.
So here's the deal, guys. There's always another level. When we work together, it's actually about taking your business to the next level. All right? I mean, that's what it's all about. And not only just taking your business to the next level, but systematizing all of those steps that I just talked about with you guys. So it's really about bringing your business to the level where the systems allow you to be on autopilot. And I don't mean that you get to step out of the business completely, but I do mean about you being able to step over top of the business so that you're watching the things that you are supposed to watch. There are certain things that you do in your business that are $10 an hour things. You, at this level, guys, should not be doing $10 an hour work. How many of you are still mowing your yard? Look at that shit. Unless that is, right, you think about it. Unless that is something that is cathartic for you and you just love, you need to be outsourcing that. Everybody wants that. Here's the problem with outsourcing a lot of times. People want to outsource the wrong parts of their business. You don't outsource the most important parts of your business. I will never outsource product finding. Because that's what I'm good. I find shit nobody else can find. That's what I do. And I know I'm good at it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm good at it. Because I've watched other people that are just not as good as me. And trying to teach somebody in the Philippines that shit is not going to happen. So I'd rather give that person in the Philippines the $10 work, which will allow me to have that $10,000 an hour work. Because I will do some work that will make me $10,000. I just signed a deal that was a $25,000 deal. Now, and I'm not talking about buying product here. I'm talking about that's what I'm going to put in my pocket. So if I could spend more time doing those kinds of things, finding those kinds of deals, how much bigger and better can my company be? How much bigger and better can your company be? If you take your mind off of the mundane, everyday crap. Matter of fact, the first thing you might need to outsource is looking at Facebook freaking groups. How many groups you got? Too many. And every day, which I'm really impressed here because I'm seeing a lot of eyeballs. You know, because I'll go to other conferences and then everybody's like this. What are you doing? I'm checking out Facebook. You know? So that's one of the things you might want to do, man. I've got a girl in the Philippines and all she does is just scrape the Facebook groups so she finds some good nuggets. But you spend hours and hours a day, most of the times answering other people's questions, which is cool, I get it, but it's not making you any money. And we got to focus in on the $10,000 an hour stuff and outsource. Is that good stuff for you right there? Yes. Right? I want you to understand that. That was one of the things I wanted to say. The other thing I wanted to say, man, is like, you have to understand. I've been doing this, the first thing I ever sold on eBay was in 1998. All right? I started my business in 2001. And the reason why I started my business is because I was going broke. All right? There's nothing better. As a matter of fact, I believe David John has a new book out called The Power of Broke, doesn't he? And it's all about that foot. Ask me what foot. Say, what foot, John? That foot that should be in your ass. There's nothing more motivating than a foot up your ass. Right? I remember there was this one guy, there's a story, and this old farmer, he was sitting on the front of his porch. And the door-to-door salesman walks up, and the dog is sitting there, and the man's sitting in the rocking chair, and the dog just keeps going, and just rocking. You know, so he starts talking to the salesman, and the salesman's doing his pitch, and the dog's like, it's like, you know, hey, what's going on with the dog, man? He's like, the dog is sitting on the tap. He's like, that's what he's trying to do? It's like, yeah, he keeps sitting on the tap. Well, why don't he get up and move? Because he's too lazy. And that's some of us. We cry about all the things that are wrong with us if we just get up and move off the tack. So the deal is, what you have to understand is that right now, we are in a moment. That was my whole point about, I've been doing this since 2001 for, what is that, 16 years now. I've watched the rise and fall of eBay. I remember, not eBay, but all the people that were on eBay. I remember being invited to the Super Bowl suite, run by the top eBay guys at the time, golf sellers. They used to sell golf equipment. Right? One of the guys literally 2 weeks ago gave me a call, man, looking for a job. So you have to understand that we are in a moment. This is a moment in time. And you've got to go hard right now. You've got to run right now because the moment will not last. They never last. What was going on in 2008? You think that's going to never happen again? Of course it'll happen again. You have to be ready for the times that are about to come because of what you know that's happened already in the past. The past continuously repeats itself. And I know people that constantly repeat the same mistakes. They are the people that are sitting on the tap. Because they didn't learn that sitting on the tap would make you go, So everybody's moving from eBay over to Amazon now. And doing the same dumb shit. It's like you cannot eat your seed and expect to go harvest in the fall. Let me say that again. If you eat your seeds, you do not get the harvest in the fall. Does that make sense to you? Yes. You have to plant something. You've got to plant something to grow later. So I know people that are so, and I love you guys. those guys that love the post. I sold $1 million, yeah. Look at my shit I got, right? But they never show you how much of their shit is sitting in a warehouse. Yeah. You know the drill. He knows what I'm talking about. Right? So you sold $1 million worth of stuff, but you got 1.5 million sitting in an Amazon warehouse. They shut you down, and you can't even afford to get the stuff back. So don't be fooled by the nonsense sometimes. Be motivated, get out there, make it happen, make it run, but don't get fooled by it. All right, anyway. So here's the deal, guys. A lot of times, from day one, like Sam said, you got to start with that why. Why are you doing this? And really figure it out, because you can't look at other people and get totally motivated and off track on what your why is. It's like my why is so that I can go travel around the world and eat bonbons, drink tea. How many black guys you know that drink tea with cream from America? You know, other brothers be like, what you drinking? You think you English. I'm like, no, fool, I just been there. But that's my why. You know, there's only so much that I will do to overextend myself, because my why is because I really want to travel and see the world. So my lifestyle business is set up that way. So when somebody else comes to me and they say, hey, I'm doing X, Y, Z, and man, you should be doing, I'm like, I ain't got time, man, I'm on a plane. But that's my why. So you got to figure out what your why is. Amazon is a great start. But understand, man, that it is one leg of a stool. It's one leg of a table. It's a great place to start, but you've got to start thinking about how you're going to shore up your firm foundation. If you are just depending on Amazon, you're going to be disappointed at some point. And one of the things that are cool about us, I think that we know how to adjust. Those of you in the room here have adjusted to the changes that have already happened. You know, there's ebbs and flows and people fall away from the side, but you guys are already on the path to being at the top of the mountain. And it's very impressive. So understand that this is your starting point. So now the next thing you want to do is start thinking about how to drive your own traffic. What other channels can we utilize to bring more people right now to our items on Amazon, but then ultimately take that and be able to drive them off of Amazon and save your 15%, 30%. Amazon takes a lot of money from us. You know, y'all just so happy about that shit, I don't get it. Because for me, I'm like always just like, okay, look, I'm tired of the sharecropping shit. I already know where the road leads, right? How many sharecroppers you know that ended up owning the farm? It'll never happen, right? So you've got to make sure that you're taking some of that seed and you're planting it over here. So that's why we talk about sales funnel. That's why we talk about social media as a channel. That's why we talk about, you know, building your email list and how to get those clients to be able to remarket to them. You don't have to take them off of Amazon, but if you can get in between that point where they see your item somewhere else and go to Amazon, if you can get right in between of that, you can actually get that customer data and information. I would say something bad, but I'm going to save it for Jeff's little thing.
Do it.
Should I really?
Yes.
How much time have I got left?
We got a half hour. Real good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, I'm not going to.
You'll be honest.
Here's one thing I am going to tell you. I am going to tell you this. I'm working on something. And I've talked to a couple of people about it. And I got a big meeting next week about it. But I'm going to talk to you guys later on about, you know, till you hear from me, keep an open mind about your tax situation. Oh, I know, exactly. Keep an open mind about your tax situation. You know? Because there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Is this Trump related?
No.
I know you're a big fan. That's why.
You know what? I've learned never to talk talk about Trump or political stuff on stage.
You can't win.
You can't, right? Because half the rooms love it, half the room, that'll always be the case. I don't know why anybody would want to be the president. Because half the people are going to love you and half the people are going to hate you. It's just the way it is. I don't know. But no, I'm talking about, because a lot of people have taken the opportunity of the moment. And what people will do is that if you're ignorant, they will be more than happy to come in and be your teacher. Do you know you can teach 3rd grade math as long as you got the 4th grade math book? Right? As long as they keep, all they got to do is read 1 chapter ahead of you, I can teach you anything. So that's what's happening right now in these taxes for Amazon. Because what we've got are a bunch of people that we're just ignorant about. We don't know. Taxes, so I don't know. And then you have people that start their business name with tax X, telling you about where you should be on taxes. Think about it. Because they've got a vested interest in it. Right? But at any rate, the cool thing is, guys, you guys are winners because you refuse to do what losers do. That's the key. You're here. You're here because of that reason. Everybody's not in this room. There's millions of people, third-party sellers on this platform, but you guys decided to come here. That's pretty cool. All right. So, like I said, there's 4 things that I really think that would make your table totally like round. So, first you got the marketplaces. You can expand a little bit. Don't get overwhelmed. You know Amazon. When the things make sense, you go over to other marketplaces. eBay. Get rid of your crap that you can't sell, slow-moving stuff, things you can just leave sitting around for a little bit. It doesn't take a whole lot of work a lot of times to do that, you know. But the cool thing about eBay is what? You get customer data, don't you? Right? You know all your customer data is right there in a file that you can extract from where? Exactly. Until they close the door on the PayPal, PayPal gives you everything you need to remarket to sellers or buyers. Right? So that's kind of cool. I like that. And then Shopify / BigCommerce / whatever you want to use to create a little store for yourself. Now here's the thing, guys. People will call me up, man. It's like, man, I need your help. I'm like, cool, I'll come help you. What do you need help with? And they'll say, well, I'm selling these 300 SKUs, man, and you know, there's some of them that's just not moving, bro. I need your help. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be a short call, man. Stop selling that shit. That's the worst thing to do. It's hard to let go of the non-sellers. Let that go. It's the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of your stuff is not going to sell. Focus in on the top 20%. So when we come in and I work with you, I'm going to look at your top 20 SKUs. And I'm going to figure out how can we sell your number 1, number 2, number 3 thing on multiple channels, instead of you just worrying about the other 80% that ain't selling on Amazon, trying to get to sell somewhere else. Do you know what multiplication by 0 is? It's simple math. You want to multiply the things that are multipliable, right? So focusing on those top things. So that's where you use a Shopify, you know, to possibly take that little, you know, those little SKUs that kind of make sense together and putting it away in a store. I love what was the young lady just, not Monica, Joy. I love what she said. She's like, they're building up all my little Shopify stores. I caught that. Did you catch that? She didn't say Shopify store. She said Shopify stores. Because they're so cheap. You know, build it, put your stuff in there. When it makes sense, bundle it up and make it go, you know? All right, so that's another one. Social media. Social media. Dude, how many of you checked Facebook today? Raise your hand. Look around. I mean, and other people just don't want to. Other people are lying. Right? I think there was a couple people that my man pointed out that didn't have that. So the deal is, but we're not on Facebook to buy anything, are we? How many of you say, man, I'm looking for a new pair of jeans, I'm going to Facebook? Nobody, right? So Facebook is not a platform for people to make purchases. But you have to understand where people are in order to market to them. See? So the deal is, if you don't have something that's directly like No brainer. I know these people probably need it right now, and I'm going to run a Facebook ad to it. You'll get frustrated with Facebook ads. You know? What Facebook is really for is awareness. You make people aware of products because they're in that part of the journey. They're not in the purchasing decision part. They're not in the final purchasing phase. That customer journey right now is just in the awareness phase. You can make them aware of what you do and what your product is. That's a great way, right? And once you have them aware and then they've gone and looked at your product, then you do something called retargeting. You know what retargeting is, right? Yeah. That's simply where you go to Amazon and you look at your Amazon stuff just to check to see and make sure everything's spelled right. All of a sudden you go back to Facebook and you see it 10 more times. Why is that? Because we know the law is that it's going to take 7 to 8 times on average for people to actually purchase. So that's why retargeting works. People that turn on retargeting automatically see a 30 to 40% increase in purchasing just by retargeting. Now you're asking me, how do I retarget my stuff when I don't have, you know, any access to it? Thank you, secret. I got you, though. I got you. But yeah, it's about getting the email. But with Facebook, you don't even need that. Pixels. You get pixels. Right. So yeah, you know, and then you get into the email. Absolutely. But the email's my next channel.
Email append.
What's that?
I said email append.
Email append. Oh, you can teach me that. That's a new secret. So we got marketplaces, Shopify, social media, and then finally email. So the deal is that I literally can take things that I bring in and I get it sold before I ever listen to Amazon. Amazon will never see it because I can actually send out an email to people that are prior purchasers and they are buying the stuff before we even bring it in. That stuff sound good to you?
Yes.
That's good.
So the other day, I'm in my house, and you know I live in Georgia, right? So it gets a little warmer before, you know, other places. So every year, you know, you have to go through the turn on the air conditioner thing. You do the hope and pray. Like, Lord, I'm about to turn this shit on. I'm cursing. But and I turn on the air conditioner and the little red light comes on. So I have to call the air conditioning guy. Guy comes out, gives me some crazy quote. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I'm ready to replace this unit. You know, I need somebody. I need a second opinion. You know, it's like, oh, no problem. We just replaced the unit, $5,000. Now you do it today. We'll save you $700 if you do this right now. It's slow season. I'm like, dude, I'm a sales guy. You know, matter of fact, I'll just tell you right now, I'll pay you $4,500 next week to do it. If we can do it right now, right? So, I get another guy to come in. He's a friend of mine. So I'm like, Shane, man, check this out, bro. He goes out there, he looks at it, pulls it apart. It's like, okay, runs to his truck. He comes back with a hammer. And he hits the fan blade. Right on the top, where the little screw is. He's like, pow. It's like, I'm like, damn. Now that's pretty cool. How much I owe you, bro? 700. 700? 700? He's like, yeah. No, I just saved you what? $4,300. I was like, oh. He's like, you know what, bro? I'm teasing you, but I've charged people $700 for that. He said, because it was not the tool that I used or the methodology that I did. I'm actually charging you because I know where to hit. Right? Sam knows where to hit. He's that air conditioner repair guy. Everybody else is confusing for them. But you get a guy like Sam, he'll walk in and be like, boom, 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 and boom. Hey. That's always important, man. You know? So I'll tell you what, if I gave you some sugar, some flour, some butter, some milk, an oven, some eggs, you might be able to make a cake. You might. But if I give you the recipe, you might look like Betty Crocker. For you old people, that's a lady that used to make cakes. You know, or you could be Uber Eats, okay, for you young people. That's all my daughter uses. It's ridiculous. So the deal is, folks, sometimes it really helps when you have a mentor. Not even sometimes, it always helps. I pay my mentor because I'm a speaker, and this is going to make you cringe. Because I'm sure you pay some mentors too. I mean, I'm sure Tony's expensive. I'm sure you got a coupon for Tony. But literally, 1 hour calls cost me $1,500. I pay this man $3,000 a month, but he's my mentor. And he's teaching me things I just never would have thought, right? So one thing is, don't be afraid, and we're talking about planting that seed, and actually finding people that can give you the shortcut to where you want to be. All right? Now, before I go, I want to give you something. Can you move the slide one time? Maybe two. No, back. There you go. Here is just for you ACE guys. Just call me back, John.com. Go to callmebackjohn.com. I'm going to give you a 20-minute phone consultation. All you got to do is just go there and schedule me. And I will call you back. Don't be playing me, man. My time is worth money. Be there. Please don't make a schedule if you don't want to talk. All right? And we can talk about anything inside of your business. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your staying. And you guys rock. Keep going, man. Thank you very much.